Atlantic clearance, Delta 2416, we're ready to receive our IFR clearance.
Delta 2416, cleared to Montreal via the Smoky 2 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 37010 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.225, squawk 4433. Expect runway 26 left.
Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight procedure. Checklist stopped. Oxygen tested 100.
Tested 100%.
Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal, auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector auto. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Parking brake.
On chocks released.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Good evening, Atlantic clearance, Delta 1489, has information Oscar, ready to copy IFR to Fort Lauderdale.
Delta 1489, cleared to Fort Lauderdale via the Smells 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 33010 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.225, squawk 6142. Expect runway 27 right.
Clear to Fort Lauderdale via the Smells 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 33010 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.225, squawk 6142. Expecting runway 27 right. Delta 1489.
Delta 1489, read back correct.
Smelts 3 RNAV DF departure plate is up. Contacting ground on 121.65.
Let's go over the departure briefing.
We'll be departing from runway 27 right, flying the Smelts 3 departure with an initial climb clearance to 10,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile as filed, climbing to flight level 330. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. Squawk code is 6142, and departure frequency will be 121.225. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 156 knots, VR is 158 knots, V2 is 163 knots, flaps 5, DT1 flex 360 C. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Copy, thank you. Boarding copy.
Give way to the company 717, Delta 2213. Endeavor 5375, ready for pushback.
Endeavor 5375, push approved.
Push and start approved, Endeavor 5375.
Delta 2642, ready for pushback.
Delta 2642, push approved.
Push and start approved. Delta 2642.
Delta 1320, ready for pushback.
Delta 1320, push approved.
Push and start approved, Delta 1320. Delta 1199, ready for push.
Delta 1199, pushback approved, no conflicting traffic.
Push and start approved, Delta 1199. Delta 3117, request pushback.
Delta 3117, push and start approved.
Roger, pushback approved, Delta 3117. Frontier Flight 1670, ready to taxi.
Before start checklist.
Before start.
Runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 5.
Flight deck door closed and locked.
Lima Alpha Frontier Flight 1670.
Fuel pumps on. Passenger signs on. Windows locked.
Endeavor 5375, ready to taxi.
Endeavor 5375,
MCP.
runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 4 east taxi lane, Foxtrot, ramp 5 west taxi lane, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27
Takeoff
right, taxi
speeds.
via ramp 4 east taxi lane.
Takeoff
Foxtrot,
speeds.
ramp
Set.
5 west taxi lane. Lima Alpha.
Rudder and
Endeavor
aileron trim.
5375.
Free and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Give way to the company A320 Delta 119er.
Anti-collision light on. Before start, checklist complete.
Delta 2642, ready to taxi.
Delta 2642, runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 2 east taxi lane, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 2 east taxi lane. Lima Alpha, Delta 2642.
Atlanta ground, Delta 1489 requesting pushback and engine start.
Release parking brakes,
Delta
please.
1320, ready to taxi.
Delta 1320, runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 2 west taxi lane, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right, taxi via ramp 2 west taxi lane. Lima Alpha, Delta 1320. Delta 2034 boarding complete, request pushback.
Delta 2034, push and start at your discretion.
Pushback and start approved, Delta 2034.
Delta 1489, push and start approved, tail north.
Push and start approved, tail north, Delta 1489.
Ground moving cleared for push and start, tail north, releasing parking brakes now.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Copy that, sequence is 2-1. Starting 2.
Delta 1268, ready for pushback.
Delta 1268, pushback approved.
Cleared push
Ladies
start,
and
Delta
gentlemen,
1268.
welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 1489, departing for Fort Lauderdale. Our estimated flight time is approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please pay
Delta
close
3121
attention to the
request push
upcoming
start.
safety demonstration, as it contains important
Delta
information
3121,
for
push and start
everyone,
at your discretion.
even our frequent flyers.
Roger,
To
pushback
fasten your
approved. Delta
seatbelt, insert the
3121.
metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. Remember, your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and ensure your window blinds are open for takeoff and landing. All mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode.
Starter
Larger
cutoff,
devices,
number 2
such as
stable, starting
laptops,
number 1.
should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited
Please set
anywhere
parking
on
brake.
board, including the lavatories.
Copy ramp, setting brake.
Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally.
Give way to the
Remember to
company
secure your
767
own
Delta
mask
302
before
Niner.
assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. To use, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. There are exits located at the front, middle, and rear of the aircraft, and the nearest exit may be behind you.
Unlocking
In the
gear.
event of an evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow the crew's instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or shows signs of damage, please inform a crew member right away. For more details, please refer to the safety information card located in your seat
Tow
pocket.
truck disconnected.
Thank you for your
Bypass
attention,
pin removed.
and we wish you a pleasant
Delta
flight.
101, ready to taxi.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
01, runway 27 right taxi via ramp 5 east taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right taxi via ramp 5, east taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha Delta 101.
Delta 1268.
Okay, ground, we can see the flag. Thank you very much for the guidance. Have a good night. See you next time.
Ramp 4 east taxi lane, Foxtrot, ramp 5 west taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right taxi via ramp 4 east taxi lane.
Before
Foxtrot, ramp 5
taxi
west taxi
checklist.
lane, Lima, Lima Alpha Delta 1268.
Atlanta ground, Delta 24.
Before taxi.
We are ready to taxi.
Generators on.
Frontier Flight 2174.
Probe heat on.
West taxi lane, Foxtrot Echo.
Anti-ice AS required.
Frontier Flight 2174, runway
Isolation
27
valve
right taxi
auto.
via ramp 5 east taxi lane, Lima,
Engine
Lima
start
Alpha.
switch is continuous. Recall.
Runway 27 right taxi via
Check.
ramp 5 east taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha, Frontier Flight
Recall.
2174.
Auto brake RTO.
Delta 3121, ready to taxi.
Engine start levers.
Delta 3121, runway
Idle.
left taxi via ramp 3 east taxi lane, Foxtrot Echo.
Flight controls.
Runway 26 left
Check.
taxi via ramp 3 east taxi lane, Foxtrot, Echo Delta 3121.
Ground personnel and equipment clear.
Clear.
Delta 101, give way to the Endeavour CRJ.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Thank you. Atlanta ground, Delta 1489, requesting taxi.
Airport diagram is up on Navigraph.
Give way to the Endeavour CRJ-9, Delta 101.
Delta 1489, runway 27 right taxi via ramp 2 east taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right. Ramp 2 east taxi lane. Lima, Lima Alpha. Delta 1489.
1589 are ready to taxi.
Delta 1589er, runway 27 right taxi via ramp 4 west taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right taxi via ramp 4 west taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha Delta 1589er.
Delta 3072 request pushback. Delta 3072 cleared for push and start.
Roger, pushback approved, Delta 3072.
Delta 1065, request push and start.
Delta 1065, push and start approved.
Pushback approved, Delta 1065.
Delta 1310, request push and start. Delta 1310, push and start at your discretion. Push back and start approved, Delta 1310.
Before takeoff, flaps 5 green light, trim 5.35.
Give way to the company A320
Before
Delta
takeoff, checklist
1320.
complete.
Delta 2940, request pushback. Delta 2068, contact tower on 1 stop, 325, take care. Roger, pushback approved, Delta 2940.
Delta 3072 ready to taxi.
Delta 3072, runway 27 right taxi via ramp 1 west taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right taxi via ramp 1 west taxi lane, Lima, Lima Alpha Delta 3072.
Delta 1065 ready to taxi.
Delta 1065, runway 27 right taxi via ramp 6 south taxi lane, Delta Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right taxi via ramp 6 south taxi lane, Delta Lima Alpha Delta 1065.
Delta 1310 ready to taxi.
Delta 1310
Runway 26 left taxi via ramp 2 west taxi lane, Foxtrot Echo Delta 1310.
Delta 2276, runway 26 left taxi via ramp 3 west taxi lane, Foxtrot Echo.
Runway 26 left taxi via ramp 3 west taxi lane, Foxtrot Echo Delta 2276.
Delta 2276, give way to the company 757 on your right.
Giving way to the company 757, Delta 2276.
Delta 2034, give way to the company A330 on your left.
We'll give way to the company A330, Delta 2034.
Ground Frontier Flight 4316, taxi to the ramp.
Frontier Flight 4316, taxi departing via Bravo 3, Bravo Victor Foxtrot 1, Foxtrot ramp 3 west taxi lane, Lima ramp 4 west taxi lane.
Bravo 3, Bravo Victor, Foxtrot 1, Foxtrot ramp 3 west taxi lane, Lima ramp 4 west taxi lane, Frontier Flight 4316.
Good evening, folks. Delta Flight 1489, expecting 1 hour 25 minutes over to Fort Lauderdale this late evening. Fort Lauderdale currently reporting 85 degrees, light winds out of the southeast. At this time, I'd like to ask our flight attendants to please be seated for takeoff.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now. As we prepare for takeoff, we kindly ask that you ensure your seatbelts are fastened. Your seat backs and tray tables are in their upright positions, and all carry-on luggage is securely stowed. Thank you for your cooperation.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 1489, holding short, runway 27 right.
Delta 1489, Atlanta Tower, runway 27 right, hold short. You're number 1 behind the 717.
Approaching runway 27.
Holding short
right.
behind company 717, Delta 1489.
Delta 1489, runway 27 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait,
Clear
runway
in the
27
approach.
right, Delta 1489.
Delta 2034, contact departure. Good day.
Departure for Delta 2034.
Delta 1489, runway 27 right, winds 290 at 5. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 right, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff, Delta 1489.
Positive rate.
You're up.
Delta 1489, contact Atlanta departure on 121.225.
Contacting Atlanta departure on 121.225. Delta 1489. Atlanta departure, Delta 1489. Good evening, climbing through 2000.
Flaps 1.
Delta 1489, Atlanta departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, maintain present heading, direct slaw when able, then continue on course.
Climb and maintain 10,000. Maintain present heading, direct slaw when able, then continue on course, Delta 1489.
Flaps up, Command A. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff. Engine bleeds on. Pax auto. Landing gear up. Flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you.
Departure Delta 1199, 2000, 4000. Delta 1199, Atlanta departure, climb and maintain 8,000. Climb 8,000, Delta 1199. Departure Delta 1310, 2000, 4000. Delta 1310, Atlanta departure, climb and maintain 8,000. Out of 2,000 for 8,000, Delta 1310. Atlanta departure, Delta 1199, 1,000. Delta 1199, Atlanta departure, roger, good evening. Delta 1489, climb and maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000, Delta 1489.
Flaps departure, Delta 1310, 1,000. Delta 1310, Atlanta departure, good evening. Delta 1199, contact Charlotte departure on 126.15. 126.15, Delta 1199. Delta 1310, contact Charlotte departure on 126.15. Departure Delta 1389, 2000, 4,000. Delta 1389, Atlanta departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 11,000.
10,000.
11,000, Delta 1589. Delta 1489, contact Atlanta Center on 135.0.
Dear guests,
Contacting Atlanta Center on 135.0, Delta 1489.
is now in flight. Our cabin service will begin shortly, and we appreciate your patience as we prepare to serve you. Thank you for
Delta
flying with
1520, climbing 18,000 for flight level 200. Delta 1320, good evening.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1489. Good evening, 10,000 for 12,000.
Delta 1489, Atlanta Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Delta 1489.
Delta 1320, traffic 12 o'clock, 15 miles, a heavy Boeing 777, crossing left to right at 18,000. Looking, Delta 1320.
Atlanta Center, Delta 3097, checking in, descending, flight level 220 for 18,000.
Delta 3097, Atlanta Center, roger. Atlanta Center, Delta 2083, climbing flight level 250. Delta 2083, good evening. Delta 1175, any ride reports for us up there? Smooth so far, Delta 1175. Atlanta Center, Delta 1589, 10,000. Delta 1589, Atlanta Center, roger. Delta 2590, climbing flight level 240. Atlanta Center, County 491, 13,000. Delta 2590, roger, good evening. Frontier Flight 2174, Atlanta Center, good evening.
Atlanta Center, good evening. Delta 1589, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.45.
133.45, Delta 1589.
Delta 22, 76, contact Charlotte departure on 126.15. 126.15 for Delta 22, 76. Delta 1310, see ya. Delta 1199, see ya. Flight level 240, Delta 1320. Out of flight level 270, flight level 280, Delta 2083.
Moving for 16,000, Delta 101.
On to 133.45, Delta 2276, good day.
Standard set, passing flight level 180.
Delta 1489, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270. Delta 1489.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1065, 8000.
Delta 1065, Atlanta Center, roger. Delta 3097, keep your speed up to 250 or better.
Down to 250, Delta 3097.
Delta 1589, contact Memphis departure on 125.8.
On to 125.8, Delta 1589, good day.
Delta 1065, contact Charlotte departure on 126.15.
126.15 for Delta 1065.
Delta 101, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Delta 101.
For Delta 2940. Atlanta Center, Delta 1589, 16,000.
Delta 1589, Atlanta Center, roger, good evening.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Delta 1489.
Delta 2276, 16000, climb flight level 200.
Delta 2276, roger. Delta 101, continue descent, flight level 250.
Flight level 250, Delta 101.
Jacksonville Center on 135.625, Delta 1489. Jacksonville Center, Delta 1489. Good evening, climbing through flight level 320 for flight level 350.
Delta 1489, Jacksonville Center. Delta 3034, continue descent, flight level 300. Leaving flight level 340 for flight level 300, Delta 3034. Delta 1217 when able, proceed direct Joliet. Joliet direct Delta. climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, American 963.
American 963, descend and maintain flight level 310, expect lower shortly.
Descending to flight level 310, American 963.
leaving for flight level 260, American 963.
Delta 1489, contact Jacksonville Center on 125.175.
Contacting Jacksonville Center on 125.175. Delta 1489. Jacksonville Center, Delta 1489. Good evening. Maintaining flight level 350.
Delta 1489, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Delta 2309, descend and maintain flight level 250. Expect lower shortly. Descending flight level 250, Delta 2309. American 963, climb and maintain flight level 350, report level.
Flight level 350, American 963.
Delta 2309, continue to descend flight level 230. Descending to flight level 230, Delta 2309. Frontier Flight 74, climb and maintain flight level 430, report level. Up to Delta 101. Out of flight level 200 for flight level 190, American 1773.
Delta 2309, how's the ride at 16,000?
Ride smooth the whole way, Delta 2309. Ups 401 with you, flight level 340.
Ups 401, Jacksonville Center, good evening. American 1773, continue descent 16,000.
Out of flight level 190 for 16,000, American 1773.
Let's go over the approach briefing.
We'll be arriving in Fort Lauderdale on. We'll be flying the Tiki 4 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 10 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 140 at 6 knots. Visibility 10 miles. Few clouds at 3,000 feet. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6142, and approach frequency will be Miami approach on 118.1. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 147 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to Terminal 2, Gate D7. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Roger that, thank you.
American 1773, descend and maintain 13,000, expect lower shortly.
Leaving for 13,000, American 1773.
Sun Country 3057, climb flight level 320. Climb flight level 320, Sun Country 3057.
Jacksonville Center, ups 401, radio check. How do you read?
Ups 401, reading you clearly.
Condor 117 with you at flight level 350.
Condor 117, roger. American 963, descend and maintain flight level 310, expect lower shortly.
Descending, flight level 310, American 963.
Frontier Flight 2174, continue descent, flight level 350.
Descending flight level 350, Frontier Flight 2174.
Descent checklist.
Pressurization set. Recall.
Check.
Auto brake set.
Frontier Flight 2174.
Landing
Flight
data.
Level 430.
Set.
Approach briefing.
Climbing
Completed.
flight level 430, Frontier
Descent
Flight
checklist complete.
2174.
Thank you.
American 963, contact Miami Center on 119.825. Good evening.
119.825, American 963.
Delta 1217, descend and maintain flight level 220. Expect lower shortly.
Leaving flight level 240 for flight level 220, Delta 1217.
Delta 1217, descend and maintain flight level 200. Expect lower shortly.
Descending flight level 200, Delta 1217.
American 1751, continue descent flight level 230.
Descending to flight level 230, American 1751.
Delta 1489, contact Miami Center on 128.225.
Contacting Miami Center on 128.225, Delta 1489. Miami Center, Delta 1489. Good evening at flight level 350.
Delta 1489, Miami Center, good evening.
Frontier Flight 2174 with you flight level 430, descending flight level 430.
Frontier Flight 2174, Miami Center, roger. Delta 1217, continue descent 14,000.
Leaving for 14,000, Delta 1217.
Frontier Flight 2174, descend and maintain flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Frontier Flight 2174.
Delta 1489, descend via Tiki 4, Zeppelin transition into Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3002.
Descend via Tiki 4, Zeppelin transition into Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3002, Delta 1489.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Fort Lauderdale. Please return to your seats, stow your tray tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for
Frontier
your
Flight
cooperation.
2174, continue descent, flight level 340.
Descending flight level 340, Frontier Flight 2174.
Delta 101, flight level 350.
Delta 101, roger. Good evening, sir. American 1751, continue descend 14,000.
Down to 14,000, American 1751.
Frontier Flight 2174, descend and maintain flight level 320. Expect lower shortly.
Moving for flight level 320, Frontier Flight 2174.
Frontier Flight 2174, continue descent flight level 290.
Out of flight level 330 for flight level 290. Frontier Flight 2174.
Miami Center, Delta 1589, checking in, flight level 270.
Delta 1589, Miami Center, roger. Frontier Flight 2174, continue descent, flight level 260.
Moving for flight level 260, Frontier Flight 2174.
Flight level 280, Delta 1589.
2174, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Descending to flight level 240, Frontier Flight 2174.
Delta 1489, contact Miami approach on 118.1.
Contacting Miami approach on 118.1, Delta 1489.
3002 set. Approach checklist complete.
Miami approach, Delta 1489. Good evening, descending 15,000 for 5,000.
Delta 1489, Miami approach, good evening, Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3002, cleared holiday transition. Expect the ILS runway 10 left approach into Fort Lauderdale. Verify information hotel.
Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3002. Cleared holiday transition. Expect the ILS runway 10 left approach, Delta 1489.
Delta 1489, direct Banty.
Direct Banty, Delta 1489.
Then task.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Fort Lauderdale. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. The current weather in Fort Lauderdale is clear, with a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Our assigned gate is Terminal 2, Gate D7. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Delta 1489, descend and maintain 1,800 feet, cleared for the ILS runway 10 left approach via Holiday.
Descend and maintain 1800 feet. Cleared for the ILS runway 10 left approach via Holiday. Delta 1489.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Glide slope alive. Missed approach height 4000, set.
Delta 1489, contact Fort Lauderdale Tower on 119.3.
Contacting Fort Lauderdale Tower on 119.3, Delta 1489. Fort Lauderdale Tower, Delta 1489. Good evening, on the ILS runway 10 left approach.
Delta 1489, Fort Lauderdale Tower. Roger. Runway 10 left, winds 140 at 6. Clear to land.
Runway 10 left, cleared to land, Delta 1489.
You're done.
2500.
Flaps 30. Landing checklist.
Landing. Engine start switches.
Continue.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Flaps.
1000 stable. 30 green light.
Landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Manual flight.
Approaching runway 10 left.
Break up. Reversers normal. Manual braking. 60 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Did you know that Fort Lauderdale is known as the Venice of America
Okay,
due
taking
to
up.
its extensive canal system? Thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach the final parking position. The local time here is 12:48 a.m. We have some upcoming connections. Flight 253 to New York City, departing at 1:15 p.m. from gate A5. And
Delta
flight
1489,
371
welcome to
to
Fort
Chicago,
Lauderdale. Exit
departing
at Bravo 10
1:30
if
p.m.
able.
from gate
Contact
B6.
ground on
Thank you for your attention.
121.4.
Runway 28 right.
Exit at Bravo 10 if able. Switching to ground on 121.4. Delta 1489. Fort Lauderdale ground, Delta 1489. Good evening, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Delta 1489, Fort Lauderdale ground, taxi to Terminal 2, Gate D7 via Bravo 10, Bravo Tango 3. Good evening.
Terminal 2, Gate Delta 7 via Bravo 10, Bravo Tango 3.
Two minutes, APU. Shutting down number 2. Shutdown checklist.
Shut down. Fuel pumps off. Probe heat auto. Hydraulic panel set. Flaps.
Up.
Parking brake.
On chocks released.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Weather radar.
Cessna 9er Yankee Delta ready to taxi. Cessna 9er Yankee Delta, runway 10 left taxi via Alpha, Alpha 1.
Runway 10 left taxi via Alpha, Alpha 1 Cessna 9er Yankee Delta.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Thank you.